Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We got the first game of a double hitter here on April 30th between the Milwaukee Braves and the Brooklyn Dodgers. Leading off in game number one, playing center field, Hugh Duffy. Batting second, playing second, Bill Sweeney. Batting third, playing right field, Hank Aaron. Batting fourth, playing third base, Eddie Matthews. Batting fifth, playing first base, Joe Adcock. Batting sixth, playing left field, Tommy Holmes. Batting seventh and playing shortstop is Dave Bancroft. Batting eighth, doing the catching, Del Crottle. And on the mound, batting ninth for the Braves is Lefty Tyler. And for the hometown Brooklyn Dodgers, leading off, playing second base, Jackie Robinson. Batting second, playing first, Jake DeBart. Batting third, playing center field, Duke Snyder. Batting fourth, doing the catching, Roy Campanella. Batting fifth, playing right field, Gil Hodges. Batting sixth, playing left field, Babe Herman. Batting seventh, playing third base, Joe Stripe. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Ivy Olson. And on the mound, going to pitching for the Brooklyn Dodgers
CADORE
is Leon Cadore. Let's get down here to the field and get this game started. And you see the Dodgers schedule. They got one more game here on the 30th against the Braves in this doubleheader. Then they go on the road to take on the Pirates. And then they go to the Giants. Come back to New York and play the Giants in the Polo Grounds. Hugh Duffy's up, batting .392. He's got one homer and 7 RBIs. And Leon Cadore, this is his third appearance. He's 0-2 with a 3.46 ERA. Here's the pitch to Duffy, and that's going to be a comebacker. And he'll fire over the Jake at first for out number one. And Bill Sweeney's up now. Sweeney is batting .208 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Jackie at second. 2 ground balls, 2 outs. And Hank Aaron's up now. And Hank's batting .280, 5 homers and 15 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. They walk the Hank Aaron down to first. Eddie Matthews is up now. See if Eddie can do some damage here. Matthews is batting .283 with 2 homers and 10 RBIs. And that ball is high. How far is that one going to travel, folks? That is the question. And that ball is out of here. Eddie Matthews turns on it down in right field. And that finds the gap. And Matthews hits a 2-run homer. And the Braves are up 2 outs by Matthews brings up Joe Adcock. Joe Adcock's batting .350. He's got 6 homers and 14 RBIs. And that's going to be against the righty. Be a 21. And that'll be a fly ball out to Gil Hodges. He's got just enough room to make the catch up against the wall for out number 3. But the Braves get 2 on the 2-run homer by Matthews. And lead this game 2-0 in the bottom of the first. You got Jackie Robinson, DeBart, and Snyder due up. Jackie batting .192 with 1 homer and 7 RBIs. Lefty Tyler's up on the mound. He's pitching in his third game. He's 1-1 with a 3.95 ERA. Here's the pitch to Robinson with a 2-run lead. And that's going to be a rare play of 54 on a 36. And that's going to be strike 1 on him. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Robinson. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Joe Adcox. He calls off Lefty and takes it himself for out number 1. And Jake's up now. Jake batting .233, no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play, a 15 on a 41. And that's going to be out in front of the plate. Have to re-roll some dice. 64 on an 8. Probably going to be fielding column 3. And just barely fielding column 3. And he muffs the Baltimore chop. It's going to be an E2. And Jake gets down to first. Tyler Run comes to the plate now, and Duke Snyder. And Snyder is batting .212 on the year with 2 homers and 10 RBIs. Forgot to put this in here. Let's do that. Say, give me 1 second. Forgot all about that in the comments. There we go. And here's the pitch to Duke. And Duke gets a hold of this. I'd ball is high. I'd ball is far. Duke Snyder has just hit a 2-run homer and tied this game up, folks. It's 2-2. 1 down now for Campanella. Campanella is batting .231. He's got 2 homers and 4 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Eddie. He fires over to first for out number 2. That brings up Gil Hodges now. And Gil is batting .250, 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Lefty gets the strikeout, but Snyder hits a 2-run homer and ties it up. We got a new ball game, 2 apiece as we go to the second. Holmes, Bancroft, and Crandall blew up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Olsen at short. He fires over to Jake for out number 1. And Dave Bancroft's up now, batting .200. No homers and 5 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play, a 65 on a 39. And that's going to be a strike 1 on him. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Dave. And he gets a hold of this 0-1 pitch. See what Dave can do with it. Hits that ball into the gap in right field. So Dave's standing down at second with a 1-out double. Let's see if Dale Crandall can drive him in here and give the Braves the lead back after Snyder's 2-run homer tied it up. Dale's batting a .161, no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that's not going to be a ground ball down the second. That's going to be a pop-up down the third for out number 2. So it's up to Lefty to do it himself. And Tyler's 0 for 4. Can he get a base hit here and drive Dave in? And no, that's a swing and a miss. Lefty strikes out. Braves strand 1. To the bottom of the second we go. We got Herman, Stripe, and Olsen due up here for the Dodgers. And Babe's batting .229 with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Sweeney. Over to first to Joe for out number 1. And Joe Stripes up now. Joe's batting a .192, no homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty, 17. And that's going to be an infield hit. Stripes aboard here with 1 out. And Ivy Olsen's up now with a runner on first. Go ahead, run down there. And Olson's batting .286. No homers and 1 RBI. And that's a tailor-made double play hit down to Dave at short. Over to Bill. Over to Joe. 6-4-3 double play. And that ends the inning. To the top of the third we go. And the top of the order due up here for the Braves. Duffy, Sweeney, and Aaron. Duffy grounded out to the pitcher's first time up. And he gets a hold of this, drives that ball in the left center field. Nobody's catching it, and it's rolling around. And Duffy's got himself a leadoff triple. So the go-ahead run's 90 feet away for Bill Sweeney. Dodgers will play back here early in the game. Sweeney's 0-for-1, grounded out to second his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And a 62 on a 7. Might be fielding column 3. And it is. And that's going to be thrown over to first. The run will score. And that's an RBI. So now it is 3-2 Braves. 1 out and nobody on for Hank Aaron. He walked and came around the score on the Eddie Matthews homer last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Joe at third. Over to Jake for out number 2. Here's Eddie Matthews. He homered his last time up, a 2-run shot. Here's the pitch to Matthews. And he is smoking hot today. That ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to travel, folks? Against the righty. That'll be a 19, and that's going. Eddie Matthews does it again. Second homer of the game. Gives the Braves a 4-2 lead. They scored 2 in this inning. Double mint gum. 4-2 Braves. Joe Adcock's up. He flew out the deep right his last time up. And that's a swing and a miss. He strikes Joe out. But Matthews homers. And the ground ball gives the Braves 2 runs. And it's 4-2. They got a 2-run lead again. See, the Braves are 7-6. They've scored 72 runs on 22 homers, 1 stolen base. The Dodgers are 5-8. They've scored 65 runs, 18 homers, 3 stolen bases, and been caught once. And we got the bottom part of the order due up here for the Dodgers.
CADORE.
You got Leon CADORE, followed by Jackie Robinson and Jake DuBart. And here's the pitch to Leon. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for out number 1. And we're back to the top of the order and Jackie Robinson. And Jackie is 0-for-1, grounded out to first his first time up. And that'll be another ground ball down to Joe. And that'll be another out. And Jake's up now. And Jake, he reached on a costly error and came around the score on the homer by Snyder. And that's going to be a 18. That's a fly ball in the center field. Duffy catches it. That'll end the inning. The Dodgers go down 1-2-3. To the top of the 4th we go. Holmes, Bancroft, and Crowdle due up. Tommy is 0-for-1, grounded out to short. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Gill in right field for out number 1. Dave's up now. Bancroft doubled his first time up. And that's going to be hit down the second. Robinson throws over to first. And it's quickly 2 down here in the top of the 4th. Can Dale keep this inning alive here for the Braves? He popped up to third his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And the Braves go down in order. To the bottom of the 4th we go. We got Snyder, Campy, and Gill due up. Duke hit that 2-run homer his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Eddie at third. That'll be out number 1. And Campy's up now. And Roy, he's 0 for 1. He grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Sweeney at second, over to Adcock. 2 quick outs. Brings up Gil Hodges now. And Gil struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Hodges walks on down to first with 2 outs. And Babe's up. And Babe is 0 for 1. He grounded out the second his first time up. And that's going to be against a righty, a 19. And that's a fly ball out to Holmes and left. That'll win the inning. Dodgers strand 1 to the top of the 5th we go. We got Lefty due up Duffy and Sweeney after him. Lefty struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Herman and left. Back to the top of the order we go. And Duffy. Duffy's got a triple and came around the score. And he's grounded out to the pitcher. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Joe's got it this time. Fires across the diamond for out number 2. And Sweeney had that ground ball, but it drove in a run. He's grounded out to second, grounded out to short. He's got an RBI. And that's another ground ball down to short. And that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for the Braves. And the Braves. Now you got Joe Stripe due up, followed by Olson and Leon. And Joe's 1 for 1 today. He singled his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Matthews. He's busy today for out number 1. Olson's up now. 1 down, nobody on. He grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his last time. That's another ground ball down to third. And if Leon hits it down there, Matthews will tie a record held by many. Here's the pitch to Leon. He struck out his first time up. That's going to be a fly ball out the left. 1-2-3 goes the Dodgers as Legends Sports Universe joins us here. You going to do a game later, Legends? Check out Legends channel. He's doing the franchise All-Stars. He's in the playoffs. Got Hank Aaron due up here, followed by Matthews and Adcock. Hank's 0 for 1. He's walked and grounded out the third. And that ball is blasted, folks. That ball is hit down the third base line. And that's going to be a double for Hank Aaron. Hank standing down there at second now with nobody out. And Eddie Matthews has already hit 2 homers today. Can he hit number 3? Oh, 3 RBIs on the day. 2 for 2. And they're not going to even give him a chance. First base open. They intentionally walking. So now you got first and second for Joe Adcock. Can they make him pay for the walk? Joe's 0 for 2. He's flown out the deep right and struck out. And that's going to be a 21. And that's a fly ball to center field. Duke Snyder gets it. Makes the catch for out number 1. And Tommy Holmes comes to the plate now. And Tommy's 0 for 2. He's grounded out the short and flew out the right. Can he deliver here? A single probably scores Aaron from second. And that's going to be a 19. And that is going to be a base hit in the left field. And Aaron will score easily. They won't even throw home. Let's see if Matthews, he'll probably stop at second. And he will. So that's going to be an RBI single. And it's still first and second, and that makes it a 5-3 game. Tommy does. Dave Bancroft's off now. Runners on first and second. Matthews with not much speed. Tommy not much speed on the pads. Dave's 1 for 2. He doubled and grounded out the second. And that ball's well hit. Dave's having one hell of a game here. Let's see what he does. And that ball is hit in the right field. That'll score Matthews. And let's see here. 36. And Holmes is going to stop at third. So now you got second and third, and it's a 6-2 ball game. And that might be it. But they don't want to burn the bullpen up in this doubleheader, though. That's the problem. Leon out there. Let's see here. Let's see who they can go to. And like I say, it's a doubleheader. They hate to burn the bullpen up in game one. Clem's going to come out here and pitch, I believe. So that is the problem. Clem's going to come out here and pitch. They're going to try to get him to eat some innings up. As Leon can't get the job done here. So Clem comes out of the bullpen. Got runners on second and third. And only one out. And it's a 6-2 ball game. Clem has pitched in 4 games. He's 0-1 with a 2.25 ERA. Dale's up now. They're going to have to bring the infield in down by 4. Dale has popped up the third and struck out. And that's going to be a 35. That's going to be popped up down the first. And that's going to be in fair territory. And that'll be out number 2. So it's up to Lefty here to try to add some more to this 6-2 lead. Lefty's over 2. He struck out and flew out the left. And that's going to be hit by pitch. He's going to hit his fellow pitcher unless he's an HB0, which he is. And that's going to be ball 1. So he doesn't hit him. So it's ball 1 to Lefty. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be hit back to the mound. And Clem's going to fire over to first. That'll end the inning. But the Braves score 2 more, take a 6-2 lead as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Got the top of the order due up here against Lefty, Robinson, Jake, and Duke. Jackie's 0 for 2, grounded out the first both times. And that's going to be a 17. That's going to be an infield hit by Jackie. And the Dodgers need a base runners. A Baltimore chop gets the job done. Jackie's down at first for Jake now. Dodgers trailing by 4, 6-2. Jake has reached on an error and flew out the center. And that's going to be a base on balls. And Lefty's getting himself in a hell of a mess here with a 4-run lead. Duke's already took him deep once, first and second, and nobody out. Snyder's 1 for 2. He's had a 2-run shot, and he has grounded out the third. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Might not be a ground ball down the second. 45. That's going to be a pop-up down the second. And infield flies in effect. And he catches it for out number 1. And Roy's up now. First and second and 1 out. A ground ball here might get the double play and get the Braves out of this. He's hit 2 ground balls, 1 to third, 1 to second. Here's the pitch to Roy. And that ball ain't on the ground. That ball's high. That ball's far. That ball is going. Campanera has hit a 3-run shot. And just like that, it's a 1-run ball game, folks. Now you got Gil Hodges up with nobody on in a 6-5 ball game. Lefty had a 4-run lead and gives it up. Now only a 1-run lead. Hodges is 0 for 1. He struck out and walked. Hasn't put the ball in play yet. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out for the second time. Settles down after the homer. And Babe Herman's up now. He's grounded out to second and flew out the left. And he drives this ball down the first base line, turns on it, and that's going to be a 2-out double. And Babe tying runs down at second for Joe Stripe. And Joe is 1 for 2. He is singled and grounded out the third. And this ball game's not going to be 6-5 any longer. He tags this one, and that ball is blasted down in the deep center field. Duffy can't get to it. That's going to be an RBI triple. And just like that, the Dodgers score 4 in the 6th and tie the game up. Now you got a runner down at third and 2 outs for Olson. And Lefty just gave up those 4 runs in 1 inning. Tie ball game. Ivy is 0 for 2. He's grounded out the short and third. And that's going to be a 39. That'll be a 35 on a catcher. He's an 8. That'll be fielding column 1. 39, right? Yep, on an 8. Runners picked off third. If neither team leaves by a note, he is picked off third. They pick him off a third. What a blunder by Stripe. And that ends the inning, but the Dodgers score 4 and tie this ball game up, folks. We go to the top of the 7th. Duffy, Sweeney, and Aaron do up. Duffy's 1 for 3. He has tripled, grounded out to the pitcher and third. And that's going to be against a righty, a 15. And that's going to be an infield hit by Duffy. He's aboard here. So the go-ahead runs down at first. Bill Sweeney's up now. Can Sweeney keep this going? Sweeney's 0 for 3. He's grounded out 3 times, twice to short. One of them drove in a run and once to second. And that's not what he wanted. That ball's hit down to Robinson. Over to Olson. Back to first. That's your old 4-6-3 double play. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on for Hammer and Hank Aaron. And Hank's 1 for 2. He's walked, doubled, and grounded out the third. And that ball is high. How far did Hank hit this one, folks? Far enough into the left field for a homer. How big is that double play now? That gives the Braves a 7-6 lead. Hank with his 6th homer of the game. Matthews up now. 2 for 2, 2 homers, and a walk. Here's the pitch to Matthews. And that's going to be another base on balls. They want nothing to do with Eddie after those 2 homers. Here comes Joe Adcock up now. Shorts run down at first, 2 outs. Joe's 0 for 3. He's flown out to right. He's flown out to center, and he's struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball. Back to the mound. Clem's got it. He'll fire over to first, and that'll end the inning. But Hank Aaron hits a homer, and we go to the 7th inning stretch, 7-6 Braves. Got the bottom part of the order due up here. Olson, probably a pitch hitter for Clem, and then back to Jackie Robinson. Olson was up when Stripe got picked off at third. And Olson's 0 for 2, 2 grounders, the short and third. And he gets a base hit in the right field. And the tying runs down at first. Let's see who's going to come off the bench here against Lefty. Might be Lefty's last batter here. Let's see who's going to come off the bench. Most of the righties are already in the game. And Carl's going to come out. And he hits lefties worse than he does righties. So they're going to let Lefty pitch to him here. Where's Carl at here? Earl is batting a .154, 2 homers and 5 RBIs. A ground ball they might be able to turn 2 on him. Not much speed, and that's hit down the third. Can Matthews go around the horn here? 43 and a 5 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that is going to be the old 5-4-3 double play. So around the horn, Matthews gets the job done. And that erases the base runner. And now there's 2 outs, and we're back to the top of the order in Jackie Robinson. And Robinson's 1 for 3. He has grounded out the first twice and had an infield single his last time up. And that's going to be another infield single. So Robinson with 2 outs is on. And that brings up Jake now. The lefties are coming up, so they're going to let Lefty in. Got 2 lefties coming up, and Jake and Duke. Jake's 0 for 2. He's reached on an error, flew out the center, and walked his last time up. And that's going to be swung on and missed, and Lefty gets the strikeout, and that ends the 7th inning. Braves holding on to a 7-6 lead. You got Holmes, Bancroft, and Dale due up, and lefties due up 4th. See who's going to come out here and pitch. Got the lefty switch hitter. And I think Johnny's going to come out here. Yep, Johnny's going to come out and pitch to the lefties. Try to keep this a 1-run game. Where's Johnny Padres at here? This is Johnny's 4th appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with a 5.4 ERA. And the question is, are they going to let Holmes bat? That is the question. I believe they are. I think they're going to let Tommy bat. So Tommy's going to bat. And here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a base on balls. Holmes walks on down to first. And I don't think they're going to let Dave bat here. And that's the way the Rabbit hit the lefties in game number 2 in this series. I think the Rabbit's just going to come right out and bat for Dave and stay in the game and play short. So the Rabbit's coming out, pitch hitting for Dave. And like I say, he'll stay in the game and play short. Got a runner down at first. Braves leading by 1. Nobody out. And the Rabbits batting .300 with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's 13 against the lefty, right? Yep. And that is going to be a base hit. He keeps it up. That's an infield hit by the Rabbit. And that keeps this inning going, folks, with nobody out and runners on first and second. Dale's up now. See if Dale can deliver here. Don't need a double play ball from him. He has popped up to third. He has struck out and popped up to first. Here's the pitch to Dale. And that's going to be against a lefty rather. First and second. That'll make him a 13. And that's another base hit. That fills the bases. Dale gets the job done, folks. Slow roller down the third. Joe has no play. Bases are juiced. Nobody out. That'll be it for lefty. And Johnny can't get the job done here. See who's going to come off the bench, and I think it's going to be Wally. Yep, Berger's going to come off the bench with the bases juice. Can Wally get the job done here? Bases loaded. They got to bring the infield in. Can't afford to give up another run here. Down by 1 in the 9th. McMahon's warming up. Wally comes to the plate. And Wally is batting a .190. He's got 3 homers and 4 RBIs. Bases full of Braves, Holmes, the Rabbit, and Dale. Here's the pitch to Wally. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. And that'll be a 59. Holmes doesn't have very great speed. Gill does have a good arm. 34 plus a 6, 31. He'll score. Do they want to do that? Let's see here. A 60. And the Rabbit will definitely go to second, go to third. So a 31. 31. He scores on the sacrifice. And the Rabbit will get the third also. 61 or lower, he scores. And a 64, they throw him out. Gil Hodges with a great play out there. Throws the runner out at home. So that's a fly ball out the right. Runner's thrown out at home. And the other runner will get down to third. So it's first and third now with 1 out. And you got Duffy up now, and it's still a 7-6 ball game. Duffy's 2 for 4 with a triple. He is grounded out to first and third, and he also has a single. And he gets a hold of this one. That ball is hit into deep center field, and that'll score 1, probably 2. That ball was hit deep with 2 outs here. 71, that should be scored with no throw, but he's slow as hell. Yep, no throw. That's a 2 RBI double. Duffy having one hell of a game here, folks. And that just busted this game wide open now. It's a 3-run lead. Johnny almost got out of this inning, but Duffy gets him. Now we got runner on second. And 2 outs for Bill Sweeney. He's 0 for 4. He has grounded out 4 times, has an RBI. He's grounded out the short 3 times and once to second. And he gets a hold of this, and the Braves ain't done yet. Just keep adding to the lead here. And that ball's hit in the deep center field, and that can't be caught. Snyder's playing maybe too shallow. And that's an RBI triple for Sweeney. Just like that, it is 10-6. A runner down at third for Hammer and Hank, who is 2 for 3 with a homer and a double. He's walked and grounded out to third. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Hank out. But the Braves score 3. Take a 4-run lead, but we've seen this before. They had a 4-run lead going into the 6th. Let's see who's going to come out here. Don's going to come out and try to get a 2-inning save here. Try to lock this game down. And the Rabbit's going to stay in and play short. He'll have the heart of the order due up here. Snyder, Campanella, and Hodges. Duke's 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer. And that's going to be a Ground ball down to Sweeney for out number 1. And Roy's up now. Campy is 1 for 3. He hit a 3-run homer his last time up. He's grounded out the second and the third. And that's going to be a base on balls. Not what you want to see here with a 4-run lead. Gil Hodges is up now. Can they get the double play ground ball from him? He's 0 for 2, struck out, walked, and struck out twice. Can he get the hat trick on him? That's a ground ball down the short. A 61 on an 8. That's going to be fielding column 3. They'll get the batter out, but Roy's going to get in the scoring position. So now there's 2 down. Runner at second for Babe Herman. Braves are up 10-6. And Babe is 1 for 3. He has doubled. And he has flown out and grounded out. And the Babe gets a hold of this and kiss it goodbye, folks. I believe against the righty. And a 19. Yep, that is a home run. And Don's making this game interesting. And that makes it a 2-run game as Babe Herman goes deep into right field. Now it's a 10-8 game. Joe Stripes up now. Joe's 2 for 3. He singled and tripled, grounded out the third. Don's making this game too interesting. And that ball's hit down to Sweeney. 44 and a 7. And it's fielding column 2. And that's going to be an E4. And now his defense is letting him down. Now the tying run comes to the plate and Ivy Olson. And Olson is 1 for 3. He is singled, grounded out to short and third. And that's going to be a 18. And that's going to be a single in the right field. And Joe's going to stop at, where's he going to stop? A 50. Yeah, he's going to stop. He don't want to get thrown out at third. And now all of a sudden, tying runs on the bases. And the go-ahead runs at the plate. No pitch hit for Johnny. Don is making this game way too interesting. And Johnny Frederick's going to come off. Nope. I think Zach Wheat's going to come off the bench. Zach Wheat's coming off the bench. See what he can do. 4-run lead's already been cut in half. The Braves can't hold on to these leads, it looks like. And Zach is batting .364 with 4 homers and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Bases are juiced. We go back to the top of the order and Jackie Robinson. Now the go-ahead runs down at first. Bases are full of Dodgers. Nowhere to put them now. Don can't make it through this 8th inning. It's his game right now. Jackie's 2 for 4. 2 singles and 2 ground balls to first. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. Tommy Holmes makes the catch. And Don gets out of it, but 2 runs score. We go to the top of the 9th. It's a 10-8 ball game. We got the big boys due up here. Matthews, Adcock, and Holmes. See who's going to come out here and pitch. And Carl's going to come out here and pitch. Erski's going to come out and pitch. The 9th inning here. Try to get through this. So he'll be facing the big boys here. And this is Carl's 5th appearance, no record. He does have a save with a 3.86 ERA. Matthews is 2 for 2. He's 2 homers and he's been walked twice. And that'll be the first time they get him out. That's a ground ball down to Jackie. He fires over to first for out number 1. Joe Adcock is up now. Joe's 0 for 4. He has flown out the center. The right and center. He is struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Jackie. He makes an error. And Joe Adcock's aboard here. Braves would like to get some insurance the way these pitchers have been doing. And Holmes is up. He's 1 for 3. He has an RBI single. He's grounded out and flown out and walked. And he gets a hold of this. Tommy Holmes trying to do some damage here. And that ball's hit in the right field. Joe Adcock is going to stop at third with his speed. And it's second and third and 1 out for the Braves. And the Rabbit's up. See if he can do something here. Force the Dodgers to bring the infield in. Down by 2. They can't afford to give up any more runs. In the top of the 9th here. And the Rabbit's 1 for 1 since he's come in the game. See if he can keep it up. Came around to score. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. With a drawn in infield of 21 on an 8. That should be fielding column 1. 21 on an 8. And it is. And that's still going to make it through. That's a single in the right field. And the runners will advance then through the drawn in infield. And the Rabbit delivers, folks. And Dale's up now. And now they're going to play back for the double play with first and third. First and third, and Dale's up. He's 1 for 4. He's singled, came around to score. He's popped up twice, and he has struck out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out for out number 2. And Don's going to stay in the game to pitch. Now he's got a 3-run lead. Can he do some damage? This is his first at bat. In 1959, he batted .222. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be hit down to first. 64 on a 5. And that's going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be not holding anybody on. First and second on wild throw. 1 runner scores, the other to the third. So that's going to be an E3. And runner scores the other. Runner scores the other to the third. So the runner on first gets down to third. And Don's aboard here. And the Braves needed that. So you still got first and third and 2 outs. The Rabbit down at third. Don at first. Duffy's up. Duffy is 3 for 5. He's got a triple. He's got a single and a double. All he needs is a homer for the cycle, folks. And that's not going to happen. That's a ground ball down to Jackie. This time he fields it cleanly, fires over to first. But the Braves scored 2 more. And they go back to a 4-run lead. We go to the bottom of the 9th. You got Jake, Duke, and Roy due up here. The 2, 3, 4 hitters. Don here trying to lock it down. Jake's 0 for 3. Reached on an error. Flown out. Struck out. And has walked. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Eddie. That'll be out number 1. And the Duke of Flatbush is up. He's homered in this game. A 2-run shot. He's grounded out twice and popped up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Sweeney. The Dodgers are down to their last out. And Campy's up. Roy is 1 for 3 with a 3-run homer. He's grounded out twice, damn walked. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Don. He fires over the Joe, and that ends it. The Braves win a crazy 12-8. Game one of this doubleheader. Look at this box score, folks. Definitely wasn't no pitching duel. 25 hits in this game on 20 runs. 2 errors. Not a very good fielding game. The Braves 12 runs on 15 hits and 2 errors. The Dodgers 8 runs, 10 hits and 2 errors. Duffy 3 for 6. He had a double, a triple, and didn't get the homer. Sweeney, he had a triple. Hank Aaron, he had a homer. Eddie Matthews had a homer. Both of them were 2 for 4. Matthews 2 for 3. Joe Adcock, he was the only Brave without a hit. Joe Adcock goes 0 for 5. Holmes 2 for 4. Bancroft 2 for 3. And then the Rabbit came in to pitch hit for him. He was 2 for 2. Dale 1 for 5. The Braves 7 for 15 with runners in scoring position. They scored 12 runs and still left 7 men on base. Bottom part of the order did it for the Dodgers. Jackie was 2 for 5, but look at the bottom part. Herman, Stripe, and Olsen, all of them 2 for 4. You had Snyder, Campy, and Herman with homers. Joe Stripe with a triple. Now, Dodgers were 3 for 4 with runners in scoring position. They only left 5 men on base. Lefty, it wasn't a great pitching game, but he picks up the win and goes to 2-1. 7 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them earned, walked 2, struck out 4, 2 homers. Don comes in and shuts him down. That wasn't pretty. 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and a homer. And Leon doesn't get any decision.
CADORE.
CADORE, he pitches 5 1/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 homers. And Clem LeBain comes in, picks up his second loss, 1 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run, walked 1, gave up a homer. Johnny comes in and just pours gas on the fire. 1 inning, 4 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 1. Carl comes in, doesn't shut him down, gives up 2 runs. The bullpen didn't get the job done either. 1 run, 2 hits, 2 runs, both of them unearned, struck out 1. Take a look at the standings halfway through this doubleheader here. And the Pirates, Giants, Cubs, and Braves are now tied for first, a 4-way tie. The Reds are a game back. The Phillies a game and a half. Cardinals are 2.5, and the Dodgers are now 3 games back. Ed Delaney still leading the league with a 4.05 average. Duffy's right behind him, 4.04. Mays with 7 home runs. Hank Aaron now with 16 RBIs. Bucky Waters with that 0.46 ERA. Kid Nichols with 3 wins on the year. And still got 3 pitchers tied with 2 saves. And Hank Aaron takes over the MVP lead. And Kid Nichols still leading in the best pitcher. I want to thank Legend Sports Universe for stopping by. And the next game on this channel is going to be the second game of this doubleheader. We're going to have Johnny Sane going up against Grimes for the Dodgers. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for reminders. And when you're way out of Brooklyn, hit that like button and leave a comment. Till next time, y'all take care and have a great day.